Good morning, brothers. Welcome to A Brown Bag Gentleman. My name is Scott, and today we're going to use a stick soap a stick shaving soap. Leah is probably my favorite soap that I've tried so far. It's my favorite inexpensive stick soap. I think when I bought this, it was like $6. Probably less than $8 now, I'm still assuming, but when I bought it was about a $6 purchase when I purchased it. And of course, with that, we're going to use the Leaf Thorn. So this Leaf Twig Thorn. The Thorn means it's the more aggressive version, and don't let that part fool you because it doesn't even bring it up to medium aggressiveness in my book. It just, the other one is super mild, which you see, when 6 months out of the year when I'm growing facial hair and I have the half mustache, I get it under my nose because it works great. It's very agile razor, probably one of the most agile razors I've ever used. So but it's got some nice weight to it too. It's a nice metal razor. It's got some weight. Balances well, not exactly the way I like. To me, it's got some problems too. For example, you see where the balance point is my finger is on the smooth part, not on the grippy parts. So it's like, yeah, there's that. So that's truthfully the only negative I find with this razor. Other than that, it's a nice shaver. I do enjoy it all around. I do like it. Do I wish they made a little more aggressive the next step up? Yes, I do. If they did, I would buy that. Yes. So yeah, just keep your ears open there, Leaf. Yes, please do make a more aggressive version of this twig, please. So having said that, let's get right into it. So I'm not going to pause to wash your face first here. I'm just going to do what I would do with a stick soap, just to see how you can use it, the versatility of a stick soap. So I'm just turning my water on in my sink, let it run here. I don't want it too hot, so I'm basically going to splash some some warm water in my face to prepare my face here. So let's do that. So let me just get some moisture on my face. There, my face is dripping wet. Now I'm going to take this stick. Just pull the lid off. It doesn't unscrew, it just pulls off. And so there you go. Run that under some warm water. And start in. And your face does need to be damp for this. If it's not damp enough, just throw in some more water. No big deal. In 2 days of growth, you can see 2 days of growth on my face. Now, okay, my hands are a little slippery too because I've been holding the soap there the stick part of the soap. I don't hold it by the base too because I don't want the soap to snap off the base either. So yeah, so there's that. So now I'm gonna just get my hands wet and rub it in. So I'm washing my face with this. So I'm not using the separate little glice soap that I have that I show you every now and again. So I'm not using my pre-shave soap. I'm just using this. You do not have to have separate facial soap. You can just get by with this. This will do the job. So I just want to show you that. You don't have to go big expense into shaving to get started. You can start more budget friendly. You absolutely can. I did. I started razor-wise. I started with an Edwin Jagger DE89, which I spent $35 for back in the day when I bought mine way back when. First razor I ever bought, still have it, still works great. There we go. I got my washcloth and I'm wringing out here a little bit under warm water again. So yeah, we're washing our face first still. But I wanted you to see that the versatility of stick soap for shaving. And is it perfectly cleaned off? Probably not. Not really worried about it. Got it mostly off. Basically, I got my face washed, and that was my main purpose for doing that. Is get the face clean, moist, washed up, soften up the beard a little bit here too. So that's what was my goal, and yeah, it's met my goal. So yeah, just rinsing out my washcloth here. So I use that after the shave. Okay, put that aside. Now another little splash of warm water. There we go. And get my little stick of soap. And yeah, see, I'm kind of holding it like this. think that's, yeah, give it a couple more swirls. It's been a while since I used it, so I want to use enough. I'm just trying to remember how much I need, how crazy I have to get with rubbing on my face. But you notice I didn't spend 30 seconds doing that, so there we go. Now I got my brush, it's dry. This is a Razorock 400. So the 400 style handle, synthetic head on that thing. I can't remember what synthetic head that Razorock sells, but that's the one they did this time. They've done from time to time. They put different heads in this handle, and this is like the standard 24 millimeter one. They have a bigger one too. Truthfully, starting out, I wouldn't go with a big one. I just wouldn't. 3 shakes and a squeeze. Well, yeah, we'll do 3 shakes and a squeeze. Maybe a little more water. Just dip the tips. I did 3 shakes and a squeeze, and I just dipped the tips in the water that's still draining out of the sink. Oh, that's nice and warm too. See, the thing is too. Rinse that out. Sorry to shake that out. The water is nice and warm, so this is nice warm application because yeah, I just put this in the warm water, so yeah. So I'm getting like the benefit of using a bowl and the warmth and all that stuff too, but without the bowl. So I'm building the lather on my face. I'm scrubbing into into my skin. Pardon me. So I'm building. So besides, I'm doing 2 things. Besides, of course, getting the soap all over my face, the main function of doing this, I'm also building the lather in the brush. So that's why I'm spending a minute here doing this. It's not just about application to the face. It's about getting the soap well conditioned in the brush for the next 2 applications of soap, for the next 2 passes. So that's why you see, especially people, who aren't lathering, spend a little time. And yeah, it's a little more drippy, a little more messy by doing face lather building instead of a bowl. But you do really get that in there into the skin too, so something to be said for that too. So yeah, every now and again I like to come back to a face lather. So that's on there. No, I have not filled my sink this time. I'm just doing the shave without filling the sink because I always fill the sink, so I'm doing it without doing that. Oops. Let's do something different too with this razor. Let me dry off this razor. Now that I think of it, haven't been overly happy with the blade in this razor this week. I've used it 3 times this week. Today would have been the 4th use of the razor this week, but I'm not happy with the blade for the quality, the closeness of the shave, so I'm going to change it, and by doing that I can show you how to load this thing and how easy it is and how innovative it is. So sorry, let me start again so you can see it. Taking the handle and I'm basically turning it clockwise. That's what I'm doing. But watch what the head does. It goes up and then it turns 90 degrees. Look at that. Gets out of your way. And see how the blade is in there now? See how it's resting on those 2 little, say, nubs on the 2 sides? And of course there's a magnet in there too. There's a magnet right there. So the magnet holds it too. So I took that out. So not really happy with that. So I want something I'm going to be happier with. So I've got a feather blade. So I could have grabbed my Gillette Silver Blue too, but I don't think I've ever used a feather in this, so I want to. So I got my feather blade. But here's how you do it. I'm not going to just open this up. I only need half a blade. You saw that. I only need half a blade. How do I get half a blade? Watch. This is incredibly easy. You take it. I'm going to hold it sideways so you see. And you just bend it. Listen. Do you hear that? That's the 2 ends snapping. That's where it's connected on the 2 ends. They snapped. And of course now you can see it's just folding loose. So yeah, so it's broken in half. So I only need a half. So let's pull out a half. And don't worry, I've already got use for the other half, or actually this half too, because I'm only going to use this blade today. Then I'm changing razors out for next week. And so when I come back to this blade in a couple of weeks, it'll be with a different razor that'll take my only other razor that takes a half a blade. So I'm sorry, let me raise this up so you can see it. I just unpacked it. So now we just, from the ends, of course, never from the sides, the sharp side, just take it from the end. Oh, pull it out of there. There we go. And this, I'm going to fold it over, protect it. And with this one, of course, I can see it says feather on it. My last package, I couldn't tell what it was. I don't know what brand of blade it was. It was just an inner wrapper that was plain, and it didn't say the brand name on the half of the blade that I had. So I have no clue what's in there now. I don't know. There we go, but I put that away. So now I got my razor here with a little magnet right there, and here's my blade. And there's a slight little up curve on there. Does it make a difference? Not whatsoever. So I'm going to put that in there. Sorry, I'm trying to look at it so I can see it. There we go. See how it's resting? So the magnet in the middle is holding it on, But see how it just kind of rests on those two posts, around those posts. Let's just, you can see the angle. And now we're going to turn it back counterclockwise to close it. I'm just turning on the bottom. Turn it on the bottom. I'm going to snug it. And I found that you do need to snug this razor, because if it's just lightly closed, it can loosen up on you. It has for me several times. So if you snug it, yeah, it's not so much going to be an issue. But so I just be sure to snug it. Okay, so there it is. Double checking myself. Yes. So you can see the exposure. Not a lot of exposure. I'd call that like a normal amount of exposure. Yeah. And let's see. Can you see gap at all? Let's see if you can see gap. It's hard to see the gap. It's just hard. I'm not sure if you can see that. I don't have glasses on, so I can't see it. So, all right. So we did that. So now I'm going to go just get it wet with some warm water. And this has been sitting here for a couple of minutes. So yeah, so obviously this is not one that dissipates easily. So nice. So let's start with the shave. And this, say, is a mild shaver. So even with that feather blade in there, it's not feeling real aggressive. A little soap flying in the air. There we go. And that's what I say. And this is still very mild. See, it's not, I call this medium mild, kind of like halfway between at most. It really is kind of mild. I like mine more medium, or a little tick over medium is kind of my favorite if I'm shaving every other day. If I'm shaving daily like I used to when I started for the first like 8 or 10 years, then yeah, I like something more, on the lighter side of mild. Medium, sorry, the lighter side of medium. But with every 2-day shaving, I like it a little more aggressive than that. Of course, stretching out the skin. There we go. That one is done. So now I don't have to go back to the stick, because there's still plenty in here. I built the lather in the brush too, on my face and in the brush. So that's how I can get away with that. So let me go ahead. My face is feeling just a tick dry. I was jabber-jawing there and let the soap kind of dry up my face a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to add a little moisture. A little water to the skin. So yeah, I'm not going to wash off. I know some guys, I don't. In between, because this is reality. For videos, yeah, it looks nicer if you clean the soap off the face and all that and start fresh, but this is reality, guys. Come on. I'm really shaving. You're just coming along for the ride. And of course, there is gobs of soap on this thing. And you saw me spending less than 30 seconds thereabouts to apply the soap from the stick. And for inexpensive soap, it's creamy, it's nice. One of my favorite inexpensive soaps. It truly is. And that goes for any style of soap too, truthfully. It's like, so I like the Leah. I can't remember if I bought it from an artisan or from Amazon. I don't remember. I can't tell you. Because I get these binges when I buy stuff from artisans, and I'll throw in different things to try. Okay, there we go. Try to get my razor here. Had to look down for that. I put it in a different spot. Alrighty, pass 2 is of course across the grain. And before I did this, I meant to put a couple of drops of glycerin in the brush just to show you can do that too, but I forgot. So maybe we'll do it on third pass, but just for giggles. Because I've got it sitting here on my counter, I just forgot to put it on. I just want to show you the versatility you have with a stick style soap that you apply to the face. There we go, pass 2 is done. And let me go ahead and, let me just get some water on the face again. I kind of like that, it worked well. I'm going to put still warm water on my hands. There we go. rinse my hands off. And just to show you can do it, this third pass, I probably should have done it earlier if I really wanted it, but yeah, got a little bottle of glycerin. Sorry, see, vegetable glycerin, got that. Open it up. I'm just gonna throw in like 2 drops. Boom. Boom, oh, here we go. That's plenty. Here we go for this brush application. It just adds that extra tick of slickness. I just want to show you that you can still do things you do, like when you're bowl lathering, you can still do face lathering. So I'm just trying to give you some options. And if you're just starting out, yeah, face lather. Don't even bother spending the money in a bowl. If you want to try bowl lathering, yeah, grab a cereal bowl out of the cabinet or something. Whatever you got at home, doesn't matter. Don't go spend money. When I got into this, it was to save money. Of course, that's laughable now with my collection, but it's the color going down the rabbit hole, because a lot of us will do that because we enjoy the shave so much that we want to try different equipment, different soap. You go on and on. But the quality of the shave itself is why we're still doing this, years later. And I will do this till the day I die. I will always do this type of shave and not a multi-blade as long as I can help it. And it's funny too. I think that was one of the most awkward things I noticed when my dad went into a nursing home, is they didn't allow him to have a real razor. He only could use a multi-blade, and they took it away from him. I guess for whatever concerns the nursing home had with sharp implements and old people with brain issues. Here we go. Let me see here. There we go. So here we go. Oh, and I got a little speck there and a little speck, but I already had an injury here anyway. I already had a spot there, so that's and I didn't even feel it. Oh, another little spot right there. Okay, all right, a couple of spots. Go. And the thing is too, with a single edge razor, yes, you do rinse it out more. There we go. Look, nice right there. Yeah, right on the other side of it. There you go. Yeah, that's better. I didn't pull my skin up around my chin enough. You get that spot there. And of course, right along both sides of the scar. If you can see my scar, yeah. So both sides of the scar, just little thick hair, whiskers. There we go. So now we go. Let's stretching the neck out. Stretch it out tight. And I am holding it down on the lower grippy part. Kind of see 2 fingers there and then 1 up here. So I'm holding it really a little lower than the center of gravity for it, just so I get a nice purchase on it. Go. Okay, I'll get my hand wet so I can put a little water on. Might go do both sides same time. There you go, water on both sides. And then we're just going to buff pass. Super light, buffing pass. For me, the other buffing pass is light. It's just trying to get those whiskers that just didn't get got with the soap on there. So I do prefer to do it without soap. Only because I can feel it better. Right there. It's funny because right here too, it grows into like a V shape, so you got to kind of come in from both angles to see which angle is right. There we go. Now it's right. There we go. So that's good. So yeah, that took care of that. All right. So 3 passes are done. A couple of little nicks. That's funny too. With me, with a feather blade, my first shave, I usually get a couple of little nicks. I don't feel any of this. I can't feel it. Micro little nicks that is just a little blood. The alum block will take care of that after the fact, so it'll be fine. But And what I forget to do is I've got a cork. This is an old bourbon cap is what that is, off of, bottle of bourbon. And so I get the little cork. You're supposed to take the blade and you run it through a few times to help deburr just a tick, at the minute level. And that's supposed to help a little bit. I just forgot to do it before I did this. But normally I would do that because I'm not filming, so I'm not going to forget to do it. But I was like, but okay. So anyhow, let me pause, wash the face, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. Washed up the face with some warm water in a washcloth and cleaned up my equipment. Cleaned with the razor here too, and I'm getting ready to pull it after off camera. I will pull this apart, take the blade out, and save that blade for 2 or 3 weeks from now when I go to use that blade in a different razor. But see, we've got our soap. We're just gonna put our cap. Actually, normally you say you put the cap on, put it away, but no, because I just use this, and there is some water involved, and I don't use these often. I like to let it dry out for a day instead. I do notice that there are some ventilation holes on top, nice, but this will dry out for a day first, then I'll put the cap back on and put it away. So and that's because I use so many different soaps and what have you. I probably will use this through the week, but yeah, I'm just gonna set that over here on the side of my sink. There we go, and let that be there. So right now, of course, we want to use the alum block to close things up. Got my alum block, my Shave Nation alum stick here. Looks like a deodorant stick, but yeah, it's all alum. It's all alum salt, alum. So you see a little speck still there. You can still see it a little bit. It's not really bleeding, but it's bled a little bit. We're gonna close up pores, what have you, with some cold water and rub on the alum. So 2 splashes of cold water, very important. Please do this, no matter how you shave. Please end with 2 splashes of cold water to close your pores. Your skin will thank you for it, so hold on one sec. There we go. And of course I get this damp by all that water dripping down my neck. Yeah, that's perfect to get this wet. So it'll glide, because it will not glide if it's not damp. If you try to use this like dry or not enough water, it like sticks. It just stop. It won't glide. But it like hydroplanes if there's enough water, so that's all you need. So yeah. Okay, just putting all those spots, letting it hold there for a couple extra seconds. This is already kind of red. That was already a spot that I did. Here we go. There's that. Oh, I did not grab a aftershave to use. Let's grab something here. I'm trying to think what happened here. Oh, actually, well, I used this last week. I know I used it last week. This is the aftershave from last week. And now, basically, I'm looking to use it up. See, there's very little left. So I'm probably just going to keep using this through this week until it's gone. And of course, you know what that means. So, nice liberal splash amount. There we go. Now I'm feeling more stinging than I certainly did with the previous blades, because that feather blade definitely did its job and gave me a closer shave. But would have benefited from corking the blade a little bit first? Yeah, probably. But then again, a cork is something you can pretty much get for free. Corks come in all kinds of stuff, so save a cork. Whether it's a real cork, that's of course obviously that's not a real cork. It's not made of cork material from a cork tree. It's a cork in classification only. A synthetic cork. There we go. Whew, that felt good. Felt nice. I'll put this up here, out of the way. So yeah, I hope I showed you a few things today, and the versatility of using a stick soap like the Leah. I've got other ones I like too. I've got nicer, more expensive sticks as well. This one would say I spent like $6, I think, maybe when I got that. And others I've spent like 20 some odd dollars for a stick. Yeah, twice as thick and probably about as long, or like the HCNC, which is smaller, but you get like 3 of them. It's like a travel size, so you get like 3 of them like this big instead of the full length ones. So you get the little tube to put them in, but you get like 3 of them, so it's smaller for travel. It's a new, different way of doing it, and actually a smart idea. But yeah, and of course, one of my favorites that I have for use and scent and nostalgia is the Taylorville Bond Street one that I have, which is what's the sandalwood scent. So their stick, and of course the matching aftershave for that. That's just just true classic, but I get the soap in the stick form instead of the tub form. So yeah, but that felt nice close shave. Enjoying that. Hope you enjoyed. Go with God.